Hello, my crafty friends. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I see some levels moving, so that's always a good sign. Welcome to Live from Heffy HQ, where I am here, Lesley Morgan, and I'm going to be making a card for you today. And I am going to be making some baby cards because baby cards are adorable and I love making them. I think they're really fun. What I've actually done is I've pulled out a few things from my stash that I think would make a cute baby card. And I'm going to use the same kind of style, the same almost template, but make two different cards. Laura's here. She says, ooh, that's a nice color hoodie. Yes, this is the, I think they're called cranberry or mulberry, something like that. And it's a nice one. This is one of the printed ones. But yeah, really cozy. And yesterday I went skating to my skate club, and someone was like, I want to buy one of your hoodies. They look so cozy. But they really are. They're super, super cozy. As you know, we've got someone from Florida just coming up as Facebook user at the moment. Hello. Let's flip this around. Oh, hello. Need to focus this guy. Oh, we've got a special guest. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
I'm just on a live stream.
Hi.
You want to say a quick hello?
Hi.
Hi. We've got Louisa Colour, Calora Rumble, and some others as well.
Cool.
You have to go see Daddy.
Can I have my notes, please?
Yes, I left them out in the corridor. All right. So I have pulled out, first of all, two side folding note cards. And then I've also pulled out here, this is the mini scalloped imperial rectangle dies. This is the largest in this set, and I'm in love with this little guy. I think it makes the gorgeous, most pretty little scallop. And it's gonna look so pretty on this card. And the other thing that I have prepared here, ooh, I almost did that wrong, is I've taken out a piece of oyster shell cardstock, which is from the Heffy Doodle range. And I'm going to go ahead and make a start by die cutting this really pretty frame using that scalloped die. I'm also going to be doing some ink blending today. And I thought that it would be fun, instead of blending with pinks and blues, I thought it would be fun to actually blend using some purples and some greens, because I think that would work out really nice. And it also means that it is a bit evergreen. So it can go in my stash and I can use it for little girls, little boys, little all sorts of things. And we're going to create an ink blended panel. First of all, each of our ink blended panels are going to be layered up onto this gorgeous mini scalloped rectangle. So let's cut another one of these because we've got two cards on the go. Now, in actual fact, I have to confess that I do not often create multiples of the same type of card. I'm actually more likely to create it if I'm doing it at the same time. Not a biggest fan of creating one and then creating the same one again. I guess in a way this feels like I'm still just creating one card. It's just one craft session. I'm just duplicating it. So that could work. Laura says, Piper, I hope you had a good birthday. Oh, thank you so much, Laura. She had a lovely birthday and a lovely birthday party, although I think she's still reeling from the sleepover that she had on Saturday night. It was there wasn't much sleeping happening, in fact, as I'm sure you can imagine. A bunch of 11 and 12-year-old girlies. Okay, let's die cut this out and then we can get ink blendy. So for my colors, I have chosen shaded lilac and milled lavender for this purple one. And, oh no, I just got a big fingerprint in it. And I am using my oxides for this today. And I'm actually going to blend it up. I'm not going to do the whole panel. I'm only going to go up about 2/3 of the panel. Because I really like that sort of ombre effect that you can get. Technically, I think this is a pinky purple. So maybe you could argue that this has pink in it. And I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit more. And the other thing I think I might do actually is, I said that I was going to blend it from the bottom up to the top, but the more I think about it, the more I think this colored area is actually going to be the top. So my card's going to sit like this, I think. Someone else on Facebook saying, good morning. Hello. And Laura saying, a friend's mom used to call them awakeovers. Exactly. Although we did have to go down and separate them at 4 a.m. because they were just keeping everybody in the house awake. We were like, right, that's enough. That's enough. Felt very mean because I'm sure when I was wee, we probably made much more noise. But hubby dearest is not the, he's a very light sleeper, in fact. He's very, very light sleeper. Okay, over here we have got salvaged patina and crafty pistachio. Beautiful pastel colors, which it's just giving me life at the moment because pastel colors always makes you think of springtime and all those little flowers budding outside. And we are ready for spring over here. We are ready and waiting. Please bring us spring. As I get closer to this edge, I'm getting lighter and lighter with my little circles. And then I'll come in with that salvage patina to darken up this blend in the middle. So pretty. Ness is here. Hello. And oh, on Facebook it says, this is Anne-Marie. Hello. Loving those colors, says Anne-Marie. Aren't they just lush? So pretty. Oh, let me press my button on my camera. Really pretty colors. Oops, dropped my data. All right, let's pop these over to the side. determined to try and make less mess when I'm crafting. It might be a futile attempt, but hey ho. So this is going to go onto a card blank, this oyster shell color. And then we're going to have this beautiful layer of a colored panel right on top. And these are going to be our baby cards. Now, I wanted to use the Layering Hearts stencil, which is over here, to add some hearts to this panel. These two panels, in fact. So the great thing about this Layering Hearts stencil is that you can just do it like once, like this, and you will get this kind of light scattering of your love hearts. Or you can do things like you can flip over the stencil, you can actually move down the stencil and just kind of maneuver it around. You can see in the stencil itself, you've got these holes, but then you also have this like filled in spaces, and that will allow you to move things around. And you can get a lovely like two-tone effect on this as well. But actually today I'm going to be trying to use it using some Frost White pigment white ink. So what I do need is a little finger dauber. Here we go. And I'm just going to pop this up and down over those hearts. To add a real soft scattering of hearts. To this panel. Can add some down there too, but to be honest, you won't really see that. Now, I will say this is a pigment ink, which means it will take a little bit of time to dry. Do not be tempted to go straight in over the top again with your stencil, because it's best to leave that to dry. So let me do this other second one. And then I will give you guys a close-up of these panels. Now there's other layering stencils on the market, and sometimes what you get is you buy a packet of stencils and it has maybe 2 or 3 different like of the mylar sheets. And I don't really like making stencils like that, because having 2 or 3 stencils in the one pack is obviously going to mean that your price point is 2 or 3 times more than just having one stencil. And you're still only getting one design out of it. So when we're working on stencils, we try to think of how can I make it usable but without increasing the price point for everybody. That's what we hope to achieve. All right, let me give you guys a little look at what we've got so far. Oopla. So soft, so pretty. Can you see? Gorgeous. I'm gonna leave those to dry just a little bit longer before I do my next layer. And while I'm waiting, I will stamp some stamp some images. So I've got my Heffy Doodle alcohol marker friendly cardstock. Pop that right in there. And for this card, I'm using the special delivery stamps, which has these gorgeous little herons or storks on them. And it has this sort of like a mail bag. And there's a collection of other stamps as well. So in one of these mail bags, I'm going to have a little present and a bottle. So let's stamp this first and foremost. And if you wanted to, you could actually stamp these in a grey colour, which will give you more of a subtle image that you can colour in. I really like the dark black. Anne-Marie is saying, we are getting so much rain in California, it's ridiculous. How is your weather there? Ours is way out of the norm. I'm looking forward to some sun and blooms. So our weather was getting much nicer, and then it started snowing again. So it's kind of been a little bit, everyone was so happy. The evenings were lighter, and then all of a sudden, everyone was like, oh, snow again. I'm just about done with this kind of snow. Okay, so we've turned this over. I'm going to move this over a little tiny bit. There we go. And for this side of my other card, I think I'll use the same stork carrying. The little bag. But maybe this time what I'll do is I will put a little baby stork in this one. And have his head poking out. I think that would be super cute. What do you think? Oh, this guy has not been stamped before. I can tell he's bubbling up. Let's give him a clean. Prep him for his first adventure. Everyone watching in the UK, I hope you had a lovely Mother's Day. There we go. Beautiful. One of my skating pals is in California at the moment and was sending videos of him skating, and he didn't seem to be having any problem with rain. So, guess it depends. Oh no, maybe no, he was in Florida. I beg my pardon. Now that I remember. Okay. The other thing I might do is on one of these mail bags, I'm going to stamp the word mail so that you can tell it's a little mail bag. So cute. I definitely think that these storks are some of my most favorite images from this release. I'm a big fan. All right. So this looks like it is dry now. Let me just test drive it. Oh no, it's still a bit tacky actually. We'll leave it for now. I am going to go ahead and die cut a couple of clouds using the big stitched clouds dies that we have in our Heffy Doodle collection. So let's grab some little offcuts of white card I like to keep nearby for this kind of situation. There's 4 different clouds in this die set, and I'm going to cut out 3 different sizes. Which should be sufficient, I think. Get another one of these little guys out of here. And then I need Mr. Big Boy. Now, have you ever seen those blankets? They're like blankets, baby blankets, but they kind of have like little bubbles on them, little circular little pocks or something. I don't know what they're called. Like almost like, it's not pom-poms. It's not like the circle is stuck on, but it's definitely fabric that has these little textures on them. Well, I was thinking it would be really fun to emulate that kind of texture using these clouds and the embossing folder, the mini embossing folder that comes with the Heffy Doodle die cutting machine. So let's just pop these in here. And for this, I'm going to be using 1 A plate and 1 B plate. I do believe. Aha! And you get this lovely Swiss dots kind of texture on here. Really nice. So we're gearing up for our trip to Creativation. You should please know that we will have to shut the offices, the Heffy Doodle offices, from next Wednesday for a week because both Morgan and I are going to Creativation. We're super excited. We can't wait. And if anyone is going to be there, please do holler at us. You'll see us in our hoodies, I'm sure. Please say hello if you see us. Right. Let me just gently put down a piece of towel and blot off any excess so that it doesn't smudge, because that pigment ink really likes to smudge. All right, so you can now move this around and add some more hearts And you don't even have to go in every one. So for example, this little guy here will be overhanging the edge. I'm not going to bother putting him in there. And if you want to, just move this around and add in a couple more. Whatever works for you. And we'll do one more here. Pretty. Suzanne is saying, that's a cute idea. I wouldn't have thought to add texture to the clouds. It's a really fun thing to do. All right. This is a lot easier to see if the clouds aren't white. You can see how you can line them up in different ways. So this top layer. Adding these ones. And I can probably add these bottom ones too, actually. And we're pretty even. I'm just going to add one more heart right up here. And you can keep coming back and add more and more if you want a more dense pattern for your background. And if you use multiple colors, then you can get a lovely like two-tone effect. In fact, I think I have in here. Here, look how pretty this is. That two-tone effect with two different colors. It's so pretty, I love it. Really makes it look like a pattern paper. Can you see? Beautiful. It gives it that soft feeling, which is going to be ideal for our little baby card. Now I guess we'll need to color in our little storks. But before we do, let's adhere down our oyster shell panel. And then we get to color in our beautiful little guys. So I'm always a bit torn as to whether go for grays and have like realistic colors, or if we go for something that is more whimsical. For example, instead of having like a brown mailbag, we get a pink one or a blue one. That would work fine if we really wanted to. And for the baby bottle, what shall we do? Okay, so I think what we'll do is I'm going to color in the stork using some gray tones. But I'm going to add accents with a purple and a green. And then me and you can both decide afterwards whether we're going to add the green one to the green card and the purple one to the purple card, or if we should swap them around. Who knows what we might decide. Super duper cute though. I'm going to come in with another purple. Just a few little dots. Just trying to find the right color. Not too dark. This one might work. Okay, let's blend this out. Lovely. Right, let's flip this round and do my other guy. And for this one, I'm going to add green accents, I think, sort of minty greens. And I'm using T1 and T0. And I think I'll grab a 0 blender as well. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's grab some minty greens. G000, G00. And I've also grabbed another teal one as well. Piper, are you looking for a charger? Because I think it might be downstairs in my bag in under the stairs cupboard. Bye. Piper's working on a school project at the moment.
Google Slides is being very annoying.
Ah. Looking good. And I think both these little guys need a tiny rosy cheek. And we can't forget our little accents here as well. Okay, so I've got another mail bag. Maybe we'll add that in a similar color. We might even come in with a little love heart or something in there. And this is a sort of milky color, so I'll add that to our bottle. And let's have a think about where everything's going to go. so that we can then in turn decide what colors we're going to add to the rest of these characters. So let's cut out what we've got so far. Using the coordinating dies in the special delivery stamp set. Like so.
Can't find your bag.
I think it's in under the stairs. You know where the tumble dryer used to be?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Love you too, baby. And here is Dorky number 2. And green. Now let's die cut the bag. And the bag has an internal cut line, so you are able to layer up the elements like the present, the little baby stork, into the bag. Well, that moved slightly when it was cutting, but not significantly, so we're okay. That one's better. So in one, we're going to have a present and a bottle. And in the other one, this little cute envelope and the baby. So I think the little baby and the envelope will go in the mail bag. And then the other present will go into the other one. So let's actually color that out. We'll color. Let's have a look. Should we go for green on green and purple on purple? What do you guys think? Or should we swap them around? Oh, I quite like swapping them around. That looks really pretty. We go let Ranger into the room. Hey, Spud, you coming in? Come on in. I'm on the live. Come on. Good boy. So I think I said I'll do little baby in the mail bag. We'll color this in. Grays and purples. And we're going to add a tiny bit of pink. to the beak. And I don't need to worry about the rest because it's going to be hidden. He's tucked away. In the actual bag. Right, let's cut these guys out. So my little baby, little bambino. We'll trim off the excess of him in a minute. And a little gift. And I just still need to color in a little tiny bit on this baby bottle. I think for that we'll go for that sort of pinky tone. Right, I think everything's cut out. And we can get ready to adhere some things together on here. But before I start sticking things down, I do actually want to add some sentiments to this card. And I'm going to be using the New Arrival stamp set. New Arrival Sentiment stamp set, which looks like this. And there's loads of really pretty and gorgeous sentiments here, perfect for making baby cards. So I've pulled out congratulations on the arrival of your little baby. We also have things like the littlest feet that make the biggest footprints on our hearts, wishing you endless joy and a few extra hours of sleep. A baby fills a gap in your heart that you never even knew existed. And then you've got things like congratulations on becoming a big sister or becoming a big brother. So lots of really pretty, lovely sentiments that you can use. And I'm going to go with congratulations at the top, like this. And then I have on the arrival of your little baby, which will be on one of my cards. And on the other card, I will have something slightly different. I haven't decided what yet. I think I need a new white bee. Now I'm going to use this same congratulations stamp on my other card. So this is where the Misty really comes into itself, because I know this will be lined up perfectly because these two panels are perfectly the same size. So when you are batch creating cards, this becomes really useful. You don't have to pull stamps off and put them back on again. Ta-da! So for one of my cards, I'm going to say on the arrival of your little baby. And on the other card, I'm going to say, you made a tiny human, which I really love it. That's super cute. So the arrival of your tiny baby will be the one with the little stork on it, because the baby stork is not a baby human. Now, you will notice that this that says on the arrival of your little baby has actually got a sort of like a bigger gap in between on the and arrival. We did have one person say, oh, is this supposed to be 2 stamps? And I was trying to explain that actually the gap there has been left on purpose so that it will accommodate the drop of the G if you wish to combine it with the congratulations. Now, if you do not wish to combine it with the congratulations, you feel free to cut apart your stamps. That is not a problem at all. It's not going to hurt your stamps in any way. But I liked having that little gap there. And if you aren't going to use the this stamp with this congratulations, then you can either mask it or cut it apart, like I say. Even if you cut it apart, you can cut it apart. I like to put it at a slight angle, and then that means whenever I do want to use it together again, it's easy to sort of, when it's cut at an angle, you kind of like butt it up against each other like this, and then it'll be as if it was never cut apart at all. There's a little bit of fluff on this, so which I'm not so keen on. Let me, these new wipies I'm really not enjoying. The ones I normally use, I couldn't get, and I think I'm struggling with floof on these ones. I was looking around for the baby. It finally dawned on me that the baby stork is the baby, says Suzanne. Yeah, the baby stork is the baby. I'm very proud of myself. I've remembered to touch the cameras so far. Famous last words, as they say. Okay, so then the next one is going to be, you made a tiny human. And this one I'm going to offset slightly so it fits nice and snug underneath that ascender and the G. Descender, is it? All right. Ranger. Leave your paw alone, please. Thank you. Leave your paw alone. Poor Ranger has got itchy paws. We've been to the vet, and he's on special medication, special tablets, but it's still itchy. But he itches it so much that it becomes even sorer. Poor baby. There we go. All right, let's assemble these cards. this is going to go like this. And where's my clouds gone to? Here they are. So I've got a big, a medium, and a small for each of these. And I also have a stork with a baggie. And let's add some glue dots to this, see if I can assemble everything together. We'll pop a little glue dot on the bottom of this, like so. And the bottle as well. Now I'm trying to position where I want these clouds to go, because I think I'm going to need to trim away the overhang. Let's have a look. Where shall we put these clouds? I quite liked it better. Down here a little bit, I think. What do you guys think? Thinking, thinking, thinking. I don't want to block off a lot of that space, but maybe I need to go for some smaller clouds. This big boy's maybe just too big. Oh, there's a lot of movement happening. I think what I'll do is I'll bring this pink down a little bit further. And that'll help me feel a bit more balanced, I think. Okay. Let's stick these on. Oh, that's the same as that one. Maybe we'll add this one to the bottom and then this one up here. Like so, which means I can now use this as a bit of a template. to adhere these ones in the exact same spot. Like so. Now we can flip over and trim away the overhang. And adhere this onto our card. Now, if I wanted to, we could add this with a little bit of foam underneath it to give it a bit of dimension. That would be cute. Make sure my card is opening the correct way before I adhere this down. All right. Congratulations, you made a tiny human. It goes over here. I think we'll raise him up with a piece of foam. And for some of these storks, I like to add the bag or the little bundle to their beak. But for this guy, the way I've drawn his feet, I like the way he holds it with his little feet. I think it looks super cute. Now, let's get the other mailbag sorted. We're gonna have a little baby poking out like this. Oh, so cute. We'll trim off his leg now. And have a little head poking out like this. And then a little tap of Galubert here. We're going to add an envelope to the back as well. Like so. Once again, we're going to add this with some foam pads. And I decided just to use some foam pads I have in my stash rather than the Heffy Doodle foam tape because the Heffy Doodle foam tape is 3 millimeters deep, as I'm sure you know. But I felt like that was just a little tiny bit too much for this little baby. So we'll just use what I've got in my stash for now. So cute. Now, if we wanted to, we could add a bit of this cloud to the top, but I actually quite like the way that the color is prevailing at the top. I think it looks really pretty. Charlotte's here. Hey, Charlotte from Denmark. Hello. And I actually have a new thing in my stash, which is the Posca paint marker. And this is something I've been wanting to try as an alternative to gel pen. Oh, I think I need to get it going. And it's a paint pen. So it should be more opaque. Than a standard gel pen. So let's give that a go. I like adding a couple of little dots here and there to look like there's a reflection. I also like adding some little tiny dots where their cheeks are. Sorry, I've got a big head in here. And should you wish, you could also come in and add a couple of dots to your background. Gives the illusion of a nice sparkle. Or little stars in the sky also. Luann is here saying, I'll have to rewatch from the beginning. Pretty backgrounds. So here we go. We've got our 2 cards. The only other thing that I thought I might do is on the inside, I might add this sentiment that says, I am so stoked for you. Which is really funny. Like, I'm stoked for you. I don't know if that's something that is said in other countries, but in the UK, we would say, oh, I'm stoked for you. I'm so happy for you, like thrilled for you. Here we go, 2 congratulation baby cards. They are green and purple, so they are gender neutral. Always a useful thing to have in your stash for when little bambinos come along. So I've used the special delivery stamps and dies. I've also used the mini scalloped rectangles, the new arrival sentiment stamps, and the big stitch clouds, and had such a blast. Very cute, very cute. Thank you guys for joining me on today's crafty adventure. Oh, I also used the Layering Hearts stencil. This shows you one way that you can use that stencil to get a beautiful soft look. I think it's super pretty. And here's another variation of that. All right, you guys. I will see you guys next time on the next live, which should be Friday, I think, before we go to Creative Vision. Woo! Then I shall say my goodbyes, and until next time, happy crafting! Bye!